Hello, dear partners of MDS Remanufacture. Today, we will give you the technical presentation of IC617 VDO module. Subsequent columns represent tests that can be performed with the appropriate injector. In them, test results are displayed. Clicking on the corresponding square opens the test window. Each test window contains a button for fixing results. If you consider the result of the test as satisfactory, press the Result is Satisfactory button. The result will be recorded in the main window and the color of the corresponding box will change to green. To open the isolation test window, click on the square corresponding to the picture. In the window that appears, select the desired voltage by moving the test voltage slider. Connect the injector to the device with a cable to check the insulation. Click the Start button. A high voltage will be applied to the injector. You can observe the voltage value on the under voltage indicator. Upon completion of the test, the insulation resistance under the specified voltage will be determined and displayed in the column Insulation Resistance. By clicking on the Result Satisfactory or Result Unsatisfactory button, you can save the result in the main window. To open the window for measuring the resistance and capacity of the injector, in the main window, click on the square corresponding to the picture. Connect the injector to the device with a cable for measuring resistance and capacitance and press the Start button. Upon completion of the measurement, the resistance and capacity of the injector piezo actuator are displayed respectively in the columns Resistance and Capacity. By clicking on the Result Satisfactory or Result Unsatisfactory button, you can save the result in the main window. The program allows you to apply different voltages to the piezo actuator and measure its elongation using a micrometer. Results are displayed in the form of tables and graphs. To enter this mode, click on the square in the main window dedicated to that function. Click the Measure button. The current voltage value will be moved to the table. Enter the appropriate extension value in the right column. This function measures the gap between the piezo actuator and the injector hydraulic valve pusher. The gap is designed to compensate for thermal expansion of the piezo actuator in order to avoid pressing the piezo actuator in an inactive state on the valve due to the heating of the injector. Connect the injector to the device with the appropriate cable, the same as for measuring capacitance and resistance, and press the Start button. An arrow appears on the indicator scale, indicating the size of the gap. If there is no arrow on the indicator, this means that there is either no gap or the gap is too large to measure. The device cannot measure a gap smaller than 1 micron. After completing the measurement or adjustment of the gap in the injector, press the Stop button. The last value of the gap can be fixed in the main window by pressing the Result Satisfactory or Result Unsatisfactory button. Some poorly maintained piezoelectric elements tend to drop resistance for a short time after switching on. That is, with a single measurement of the resistance, it is within normal limits, but after several minutes of operation, the resistance of the piezoelectric element drops to an unacceptable value. To determine such injectors, click in the main window of the program on the box corresponding to the figure. Connect the injector to the device and in the window that opens, click on the Start button. After the injector discharge procedure, the device will begin a continuous measurement of the resistance of the piezoelectric element, while fixing the largest and smallest values of all measurements. The smallest and largest recorded resistances are displayed in the program in the minimum and maximum columns, respectively. At the bottom of the window, a graph of resistance changes over time is displayed. Choosing the type of injector, you can see whether the resistance of the piezoelectric element exceeded the permissible limits during the measurement process, both in the columns Minimum and Maximum and on the graph. Upon completion of the test, click on the Stop button. Using the button Result is Satisfactory or Result is Unsatisfactory, you can save the obtained values of the highest and lowest resistance in the main window. By the end of all steps, you can choose to export the results by clicking the corresponding button. Then you have the choice to export the results as a PDF or also as a printed document. Thank you for your attention. If you need to ask for the device, you can send at info@mds.swiss, and if you need technical support at r&dmds.swiss. Finally, check to our social as MDS Remanufacture on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel.